I am a minor functionary by the hierarchy of the Alliance of Worlds, but for these Xenos in my queue, I may as well be a god. Rules and order is what separates the chaos of the Void from the life-filled worlds of the Alliance, for which I am an enforcer. More a gatekeeper, actually. My job is to determine whether a solvent is allowed into the planet from this station. Next. A light, sound, thump, and spray bring attention to my station, accompanied by a burst of data for those that have translators. Shuffling appendages of octopedal locomotion slides toward me as a data stick waves in front of my reader. I look up, then down, and find the rest of the Xeno sensory bulb. I look at it with my 8 eyes until it fills the cubicle. The transparent door shuts to encase the creature. Species 112 approved. Stand by. This one is a newer species of cephalopod in the catalogue, having only 60 cycles since joining the Alliance. The paperwork is still crudely entered. The air breathing specifications are missing, with an exception notification that it breathes in fluid. I could flag it, but I have a minimum KPI target. No dangerous pathogens detected, no contraband detected, no criminal history, minimum requirements passed. You are permitted entry, Savant. Follow the lane to the downport. It changes colour, which my translator says is an indication of joy. That makes me shudder to see the thing sliver away without any chitin. Disgusting. Next. The space in front of my cubicle is occupied by an insectoid. It seems to shudder after looking away from the queue behind it. In the line, some 5 places back there, is a rather large specimen of a lupine mammal. Those in the queue are uncomfortable with its presence. I ignore it in favour of the task at hand. The cubicle has sealed and a data stick comes to view. Species 015 approved. Stand by. No dangerous pathogens detected, no contraband detected. No criminal history, incomplete requirements. There is an alert in my console, and I move an appendage over it to gather details. So far, you are missing Form 31 for ecological exemption. Please remedy and return when completed. Wait! The insectoid buzzes. I press a button, and the grav plate opens to eject the creature into the lower hold, where security will deal with it. Next. There is a commotion in my queue as the lupine is making a nuisance of itself with the neighbouring herbivores. The transparent aluminium door to my cubicle slides open, allowing a trio of heads to enter. The Xeno fills the cubicle with a floating powder as soon as the door closes behind it. This is going to be a hazard on the planet. It waves a data stick in front of me. Species 012 approved. Stand by. From the corner of my 5th eye, I see my personal pad flash with the translator. Officer, it is a lovely season, and the air movement is strong. A second stick is produced from its second head, barely visible in the mist. I eye the creature, then eye the stick. I move my personal pad closer to the transparent barrier between me and the Sophont. No dangerous pathogens detected. Contraband detected. Criminal history found. Incomplete requirements. My right leg hovers onto the purge button. When a pad confirmed a transfer of credits, I add the numbers. Then my leg moved to the override button. Sophont, you should double check your forms for errors next time. Be on your way. The receptacle to my left slides open to let the plant creature pass. Or was it a fungus? It is a founding species of the Alliance, but they hardly pass my way. Usually my superior officers deal with them. The lines are congested today. There must be some event occurring at the planet. There is a further delay as the air and spores are cleared out of my cubicle. A bleating and desperate slamming into the cubicle door occurs, as the lupine bares its teeth to its neighbours. Sophont, you will comport yourselves or you will not be processed properly. My queue has an empty spot as the 5th place is vacated. The air is still milky, and my translator catches the plea from one of the Xenos in queue. Please, let me in. The thing smells like it wants to eat me. The it probably referring to the lupine creature, with its canines in full display. As soon as the air indicates clear within the cubicle, I open the door, where a quadruped and its clutch of smaller brood enter. Is it a colony or are those children? Species 114 provisional. Stand by. Children, is it? This must be a refugee, since it does not belong to the pre-approved species list. Does it carry valuables? Is it a hazard? Is it valuable? Is it politically connected? A number of considerations, not completely in the rulebook, flash briefly as my leg hovers over the purge button. No dangerous pathogens detected, no contraband detected, no criminal history, incomplete requirements. I count with my legs for odd and even to determine its fate. I have 8 legs, so which leg I end with is entirely a whim. The Xeno's fate, along with its brood, belong to me. Me, who was spawned from thousands. The hierarchy enforces its will through me, the gatekeeper. So, Font, before you exit Downport, you must submit to additional medical screening. Your data stick will indicate the station, and have a joyous interspecies festival. My leg stands on the override button. The quadruped exits relieved. I look outside the cubicle to where the lupine Xeno is 3 places behind and quiet now. My warning must have inspired compliance. It is not standing quite as tall as before. 1 more Xeno entered the queue behind it. The 5th slot is empty. Must be my lucky day. All the good deed I just executed has resulted in positive karma. Next! Species 001 approved. Stand by. 8 eyes stare back at me with disapproval. I do not need a translator for this one. Be quiet, Broodkin. Why is one of your caste processing me instead of your supervisor? This is an affront to my... My leg hits the override before the scanner completes its work. The high-leg Broodkin exits as the readout completes. No dangerous pathogens detected, no contraband detected, no criminal history, VIP exception. Maybe my karma is not so good. I go for the next Xeno in an automatic fashion as I shudder from encountering a highborn. I only remember the next Xeno was species 012 before letting it through. The outer door opens again and the lupine creature enters. Its head is low and it seems to be attempting a form of subservience as it moves its maw to flash a data stick. That's right. Cower before me. Species 072 approved, stand by. No dangerous pathogens detected, no contraband detected, no criminal history, minimum requirements passed. So, Font, I would appreciate expedience, the creature almost pleaded. That was a surprise. Species 072 is a hunter species known to bully those not in their pack. They do not normally bow to mine unless presented with superior numbers, and only in front of significantly superior numbers. The highborn must have impressed it with his majesty. Being of similar species, the mammal may have conflated my importance. So, Font, be on your way. I watch it look at me as it exits in silence. This is how it should be. Next! The new entrant is a clumsy thing. It has an odd carapace augmented with silver glass in its sensor bulb. The Xeno is bipedal, with 2 additional legs in a high position not touching the floor. Species 117 provisional, stand by. I observe it with all 8 eyes. The carapace must be part of a suit. Or is the entire thing a machine? No, only biologics route through immigration and border control. It produces a data stick with its higher appendage. That it could use one means it is not a complete barbarian. Special, exemption, provide, plea. The Xeno communicates from my personal pad before the scan completes. No dangerous pathogens detected. Error. 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 What is this? Why is the cataloguer not working? The technology cast must be slipping on their work again. So, Font, remain still, I instructed. Understand. Special. Exception. Provide. Imperative. It dares to demand special treatment. I interrogate the data stick. It is routed through 3 higher officers before coming to mine. My leg immediately goes to the purge button. The grav plate lowers the Xeno down to the lower deck. Let security sort this out. With this, my duty will be complete. The plate did not return immediately, and the cubicle outer door remains closed. To my dismay, the grav plate returns with the Xeno still on it. Understand. Special. Exception. Provide. Interrogative. It must be a primitive species with the way his speech is broken. But how dare the security cast throw this back at me? My left leg presses on the exception panel for the supervisor. Supervisor, a species 117 has presented itself for review, but its data stick is in error. Sub-officer, you will deal with the Xeno using the established rules to maximize order. But should not this... You will maximize order! The communication line is cut off. My karma was used up. How dare this thing present itself? I cannot leave this station until the Xeno is either cleared to the downport or rejected to security. Exception. Provide. Negotiate. I press the security button where the transparent aluminium turns to solid grey. I can sense the hiss of gases behind the barrier. There is a thrumming. I feel weightless for a moment, then a violent tug of gravity. The air on my side of the partition goes cold, then hot. Whatever much I feel on this side is magnified within the cubicle. I press the purge button again. Security should clean this up for me. As the partition slowly turns transparent, I am horrified to see the Xeno still there. Exception. Provide. Binary. Satisfaction. Exception. Remain. Defeated. My leg presses the override button. I can no longer tolerate being a hostage of the system. Joy. The biped shuffles out, waving its data stick. Let the downport deal with you. Excrement should flow down.